Who is he on the inside? That's the important thing. And according to Jesus here in the text, these men are made up of greed and self-indulgence. That's what they're made of on the inside. The word that's translated greed here in the New Living Translation is an active verb that can actually be translated extortion. That shows us that their greed is that kind of greed that won't stop at anything to get what it wants. In verse 28, Jesus says to them, outwardly, you look like religious, righteous people, but inwardly your hearts are filled with hypocrisy and lawlessness. Then Jesus proceeds to condemn them for their murderous hearts. He references the murder of every righteous person dating all the way back to when Cain killed Abel, the first offspring of Adam and Eve. And he includes the prophets that were murdered, that their ancestors killed, including the prophet Zechariah, whom they murdered right there in the temple of God. And he lays the blame for every single one of those murders throughout history on the shoulders of these wicked men. What a tremendous burden that Christ is placing on these men, and yet we know that in his sovereignty, his decision to do so is perfectly within his right. And in fact, the prophetic aspect of that parable that I mentioned back in chapter 21, where the tenant farmers of the vineyard take and kill the son of the landowner, that'll be fulfilled just 2 days after Jesus makes these accusations against the religious leaders when they have Jesus crucified on the cross, therefore confirming his accusation.